Hey guys, what's going on? Druzy here, back again with another South Park Phone Destroyer video, and we have a new card to talk about again here today, with Infiltrator Kevin being added to the sci-fi theme. Now some of you might be thinking, who the heck is Kevin? Kevin is actually Kenny's brother, so another McCormick is coming to Phone Destroyer here, and it's going to be added, of course, to the sci-fi theme with where Sizzler Stewart obviously is in. So we got Stewart, Kenny, and now Kevin all related entities now in the same theme, which is pretty much similar. That South Park or Phone Destroyer has pretty much done that, where they've put, obviously families in kind of the same theme, adventure, a lot of, obviously the marshes and things like that. So more McCormicks in sci-fi now. So again, Infiltrator Kevin, he's going to be a 3 energy cost range rare fighter. So he's got a special ability that he is projectiles, so basically his basic attacks is more or less what that means. Deal additional damage against frozen and stunned units. Let's look at his stat line real fast. And as you can see here on the stat line, here's his base overall stats with his attack. We don't get specifics on the bonus projectile damage that you're going to be seeing, but I have taken a gander at the gameplay footage that Red Links did give me early access to, and it looks like it might be double to triple the overall base damage that you see here on screen. I can't verify that for 100% to be factual as far as how much additional damage it's going to do. Maybe Red Links will give us more information on that when they, have the dev update for this card and all that kind of stuff. But it looks like it's a decent amount of bonus damage that you're going to be seeing. Now remember, stunned units, there are a lot of different options for stunning as well as for freezing. Obviously, there's a lot of sci-fi cards that can freeze. You got like Asimo, Program Stand, Freeze Ray, of course, Ice Sniper Wendy, just to name a few. And then for stunning, you have a whole bunch of different options. Sizzler Stewart can do it in the same theme, obviously. You've also got Professor Chaos has a stun. You have that Chomper has a stun, as well as some other examples. Those aren't just the only ones, but those are just some main ones. I mean, even if you look at Space Pilot Bradley, it's going to provide that freeze right when a spawn unit spawns. Even, of course, Power Fist Dougie, who does freeze, it will do that damage. Plus, the bonus damage doesn't just affect units, it also affects New Kid. So if you freeze ray a unit near New Kid, and you have Kevin attacking that New Kid, he'll do the bonus damage to the New Kid health bar. So be wary of that when we're going up against him. Yes, he will be available in this coming weekend event, as well as in the upcoming Battle Pass that's going to be coming out here in the next one as well. So again, here's a stat line. Looking pretty decent with the damage. It doesn't look overwhelming, but again, with most cards, it's the ability that really helps the card shine. So yes, the base stats are kind of relatively in line with most rares. A little bit more damage, I think, than some of the normal rare base damage. Plus, again, you're just going to potentially have all that extra bonus damage on top of all that. But now that we've kind of looked at the card and the stats, let's also now check some gameplay. So here we go, looking at it. Starting out here against Witch Doctor. And you see just that damage, man. 2 shots took a full health bar away. Yes, I get that this is, obviously friendly fights. So the, obviously levels will matter. But if you saw the original attack here, does a pretty, small chunk amount of damage. Maybe, what, 1/16 to 1 of the damage. But then you see with the freeze, well over almost half the bar off just 1 shot. So again, I don't have precise information on how much damage he's actually doing with each of these freezes, but it looks pretty substantial as far as the amount of potential damage you do. Also, yeah, Big Mesquite Murph. Remember, every time Big Mesquite Murph hits with a basic attack, he is slowing or stunning the unit. That it is a kid unit, of course. So he would get the bonus damage proc from Big Mesquite Murph's basic attacks on a kid unit when he provides that initial stun. So there are some options, some decent options for Kevin as far as what he's going to be able to do with his damage. So as you see, Kevin will not get this bonus damage against Terrence and Phillip because they are not kid units as far as from Big Mesquite Murph, but he will get it, of course, from Ice Sniper Wendy's freeze there on that engagement. I do like his outfit, by the way. I forget what the actual item is that's over his eyes, but Kevin's outfit is fantastic. I'm sure people in the chat will tell me exactly what it is. I mean, I've seen it before, but the name of the item that's actually his goggles, essentially, is lost on me a little bit. So here we go with the freeze. So he's getting the freeze. As you see, Kevin was focused on New Kid when that freeze goes off there. So he does get that bonus damage there. And here's another example. Freezing the Mysterion. He's already targeting New Kid. The freeze ray hits both New Kid and Mysterion and does all that extra bonus damage there. So this card definitely feels kind of like a niche card, but you also have the upside of the fact that he has so much options as far as cards that can give him this boost, and just a straight up spell from his own theme that can really kind of help him potentially excel in some of these matches. So there's some decent potential with Kevin, although by no means saying he's the best sci-fi card now, but definitely has potential to be a solid one. For sure. And with a lot of people playing sci-fi more so lately, it's just scary to think of all the options. It would work really good for someone like me, because I love sci-fi and superheroes, which definitely seems to be potentially the best combo of theme to go with Kevin, because you just have a couple of different options for freezes with Kevin, with superheroes as the other theme. But there you see the freeze from Power Fist Dougie and Kevin hitting New Kid bar and taking that bar down. And look at that, I even get someone to subscribe to the channel while I'm updating a video. But there we go, guys. There is our first look at Infiltrator Kevin, who's going to be the newest card coming out into South Park Phone Destroyer here this coming week in the weekend event, and will be in the Battle Pass as well. So what are your thoughts and feelings on Infiltrator Kevin? I mean, it's nice to see more, different units, different types of characters being added to the game instead of just the same characters over and over again. So now we've got 3 McCormicks. Will, sister. I honestly don't know the sister's name from the McCormick family, or will the mom be in this game at some point? All that will be subject to, I guess we'll have to just wait and find out. Although I would really like to see more of the Brothlowskis into the game. I'm kind of upset, honestly, that Kyle's parents aren't in the game yet. I think that will be something that will happen. Obviously, there's plenty of Ike and Kyle throughout the game, but you know, you look at the fact that a lot of the other main kids all have their parents in the game yet, except for Kyle. I mean, yes, Kenny only has his dad so far, and of course, Leanne is Cartman's technically only parent. If you don't know what I'm talking about, you haven't watched South Park enough, apparently. So there's all that, but I mean, again, it's cool that they're adding like a new style of card. It gets kind of repetitive just seeing the same characters over and over again, even though I would like to see some characters, obviously, in multiple themes. That is not necessarily fully a bad thing, but I'm okay with this Infiltrator Kevin. I think he's definitely interesting. He doesn't feel overpowered to me yet. We'll have to see him on ladder first. We'll have to see him in the weekend event, see what cards are paired with him, to really gauge this and really see just how potentially devastating this card could be. But Relics has been doing, I think, a little bit better job when they add new cards, not making them so ridiculously overpowered. So as of right now, I don't really have a lot of fear from Kevin. I don't see him, as of right now, being full-on meta. But I think he has some definite potential to be a solid card, because there's lots of cards within his own theme that really benefit him. I mean, but you could have said the same thing about Nymph Nicole. And though people don't have Nymph Nicole to a high level, they're not really playing her. Obviously, maybe she might see more play in the future when she's more leveled, things like that. But this is what this kind of feels to me. This is kind of a range version of what Nymph Nicole offers, to where you have a lot of options within your own theme to really boost this card and potentially make it devastating. So I feel like they're kind of both in the same boat. That's just my feeling. What do you guys think? Always let me know down below. But there we go. Our first look at Infiltrator Kevin. Again, going to be coming out here soon in Phone Destroyer. That's going to do it for this video today. Thank you guys so much for watching and the continued support here on the channel. I appreciate it immensely. And until next time, guys, you know who it is.